Hello guys, welcome. Today, we will be reviewing Onward. Pixar's newest film, Onward, is directed by Dan Scallon, who previously did Monsters University. Onward stars Tom Holland as Ian and Chris Pratt as his brother Barley. The premise of Onward involves two elven brothers, Ian and Barley, who embark on a dangerous yet magical quest in hopes of bringing back their long-deceased father for a day. I'm not a really big fan of Disney, but Pixar is the one bright spot in Disney, in my opinion, because they continually come out with creative and original films for us to love. Not just for kids, but for adults too, with messages for all ages. And every time Pixar comes out with a new film, I get excited, because I know I'm going to be in for a great adventure and an emotional story. Alright, so does Onward live up to Pixar's great name, or will it fall flat and be forgotten? Alright, let's talk about it. Okay, so the positives. Ian and Barley, the stars of the movie. Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, I thought, did a pretty phenomenal job as these two characters. I really bought into them, for the most part. I thought Ian and Barley were both good characters to carry on the story. I enjoyed the fact that Barley was the embarrassing older brother than the embarrassing younger brother. I thought that was a nice little mix-up. It's usually the younger brother that's embarrassing to the other sibling, but instead it's the older brother. It's just, I thought that was really good. I thought that was really well done. I'd say the main quest of finding this, I think it's the Phoenix gem, is a lot of fun, yet predictable. Barley starts off with a quest with taking Ian to a tavern where all quests begin. And it just goes from there, because he's basing this quest off a game that you would play that is supposedly historically accurate. The game is also a spin-off of Dungeons & Dragons. The quest had some really funny moments, some surprising moments, but you knew where it was going to end. You knew how it was going to go, but it's a Pixar movie. It's a kid's movie. I'm okay with that. It's the journey that really matters and how they get there and what they do with that journey. All throughout the film, they're trying to get their father back. You know, it was good. It's touching. You want to see his father one time, because Ian never met his father and Barley barely remembers his father. But it never had that Pixar emotional impact that I was looking for until the very end. There was an emotional twist involving Ian and Barley, and Ian coming to a certain realization. And whether it was kind of forced or not, I liked that realization. And I was kind of surprised that Pixar took it in that direction. It was touching. The third act was the best act, because the action was awesome. The characters were awesome. The emotional weight of the situations were near perfect. Pixar perfect. The jokes were funny. Some of them didn't hit, but I'd say most of them did. There weren't any cringy jokes or just forced in-your-face jokes. I was able to shrug off some of the unfunny ones and forget about it. I remember the funny ones. So that's all that kind of matters. Not every joke's going to land, especially if I'm an adult and it's really made for kids. That Manticore, I thought she was a pretty awesome character. And you'll see more what she is when you watch the film, but she is supposedly this great, powerful being that kind of turned into, maybe this is a spoiler, but she turned into someone who lost her way. She became just a diner owner, and she's not really that powerful or intimidating anymore, and she starts to realize that she lost her way. That entire little character arc, that side character arc, was a lot of fun. I bought into it. Lastly, the animation was superb. What do we expect? It's a Disney Pixar movie. They have a ton of money to put at it. It's going to be top of the line animation. You'll enjoy that at least. Okay, now let's get on to the negatives. I felt like the mother of the film, of Ian and Barley, was kind of pointless. She could have been totally absent from the film, and I would have been okay with it. It should have been a quest for Ian and Barley, and that's it. Mom was useless and boring. She wasn't fun. I never liked it when she was on screen. I was like, let's get back to Ian and Barley, the entertaining characters. The first act of the movie is what's really holding this film back. The build-up of the main character, Ian, is very cliched and stereotypical. He's this kid who is very shy and not that confident. He's down on his luck, and he doesn't think he could ever be what his father is. We've seen that before. We've seen that tons of times, and they built that up in the first act. The first act isn't bad. It's not good. It's okay. It didn't feel like a good Pixar movie. It's not until Act 2 it started to pick up, and then Act 3 where it really drove it home. And lastly, the mother's boyfriend, the centaur, or the horseman, I think they're called centaurs. He was kind of useless in the film, too. He was pointless. They didn't need to be married. He could have easily been his own standalone character away from the mother. They did nothing with his character. So in conclusion, This is a pretty solid kids film. It's a great kids film, in fact. But for a Pixar movie, it's merely good. Onward has good emotional impact, good action, but Act 1 really bogs it down. Onward's really a coming-of-age story, and it was a very cliche coming-of-age story. It was just in a very mythical and adventurous world. That's what made it interesting. Many of Pixar's films could be seen as best picture of the year. Not this one. This one's not going to even come close. I do recommend it. I recommend you guys go see it. It's a lot of fun. So I believe Onward deserves a silver medal.
Oh no.
Okay guys, thanks for watching. And if you want to see more, give me a like, subscribe. I'm coming out with videos each week. So, tune in. All right, I'll catch you guys later.